Welcome to Monday Re Tsene with Well Life Inc. My name is Nkateko Mahoro. In the September month, we are looking at life seasons, and mainly because we are going into a new season. In the Northern Hemisphere, it's the fall or the autumn. In the Southern Hemisphere, it's spring. Obviously, we are springing and excited about the new season. I think about a year or two ago, I did two videos actually, that speaks on the journey of entrepreneurs. And that was mainly motivated by the fact that post-COVID or into the COVID, a lot of people lost their jobs and more people registered businesses. Actually, there was a Forbes study that was undertaken to show that there was a rise in new businesses registered and people starting their own companies. And I thought, let me actually deal with a journey of an entrepreneur. And in that time, I was very new in the space, not new in the business world or running my own business, but being an entrepreneur, because I think being a business owner and being an entrepreneur, those are two different things. And the reason I'm saying that is because I held a full-time job elsewhere and then resigned at the end of 2020 to be full-time into a journey of a business owner. And I reflected my thoughts on that because it can be a lonely journey. It can be a journey that is full of pressure because you are expected to come up with solutions all the time, especially if you do not yet have a team or people with a lot of expertise around you to help you around that journey. It can feel like a lot of things fall on you. And what we have found, which we are going to discuss later on in conversations with Well Life Inc., is that there is a rise in burnout and mental health issues amongst entrepreneurs because most of the time they do not have anywhere else to go to because they are the go-to person, they are the problem solvers, and therefore feel very uncomfortable to go to other people for solving their own problems or even talking about their own problems because they need to look so perfect and look like they've got it all. So in today's session, in the life seasons, I'm going to be talking about the seasons of an entrepreneur. A couple of days ago, I was listening to a radio show and people were calling in to say, you know, what are the things that you will have loved to know before embarking on being a business owner? And one of the callers was saying, you know, sometimes you have a windfall, you know, you will have a lot of money, and at times it will be a dry season and depending. And this other one was calling in to say, you know, I was a little bit creative because my sector shut down during COVID-19, but fortunately I had just started a business that could flourish in the same season. So you might find that if obviously you are owning multiple companies, that in a particular season this company does not do so well, in another season it flourishes. And when you are setting up your own way of doing business, you need to take this into consideration. So I'm going to be speaking firstly about the summer in our business life. And I think the summer could really be seen as the time where we harvest, the time where we eat of the fruit of whatever we have planted. And maybe these are the good times when the cash flow is flowing very nicely. You do not have any hiccups. Things are going well. And, you know, clients are coming in and, you know, they are paying on time, versus then when we look at the winter of the entrepreneurs, where the winter could be where it is a dry spell, there's no business coming in, and maybe not necessarily because you are not marketing your business enough, or not because you are not going out there developing new business to get, you know, more people attracted to your business, but maybe sheer nature of your business, or even where you are yourself in your life. And this is also very important. And I think when I speak about the fall of our entrepreneur journey, it could be that time where you now need to take stock. But I think in the winter time, when you understand that life cycle of your business or your businesses, you need to say, all right, maybe this is a moment to pause. Maybe this is a moment to rest and set up your life in the way that it will accommodate the winter winter of your life. And as I said, it could be that your business is seasonal. I was speaking to a loved one about a month ago and saying that, you know, as much as my business is not seasonal, but I know the seasons where I'm not being paid. That's mainly because more than 80% of my clientele uses medical aid or medical insurance, where they dry out around May. So I know May, June, July, August, almost close to September, it's a dry month in my cash flow, and which then made me to be quite creative in what other businesses can I set up that will bring in the cash during the dry months or the winter months of my business. So you could study what is the life cycle, your own life cycle, and the life cycle of your business, so that you then mitigate against then being stressed, being depressed, being overly anxious in terms of what happens, but also having an understanding to say, okay, I know what is happening, I know and expect this is going to happen, and therefore maybe I need to take a sit back, relax, maybe I need to take this time to rest and even reflect and maybe become innovative and create and grow in that time. There is a quote, I might be misquoting it. It says, just because I am not seen, it does not mean, I think it's something around being planted. So it's possible that as we think of a budding plant where we put in the bud, we don't see it for quite some months. I mean, a lily, it's such a plant, or even a garlic plant, you know, where we put in a bud and we don't see it for several months, but come the first rains, we see the shoots coming in, and then until it flowers in the summer. So it could be that time you take it to incubate, to re-establish and realign and maybe grow in a place where it might look like there is no growth that is happening. The spring of our business or entrepreneurial journey could be that is where now you are planting seeds, where you will be expecting harvest later on in the summer. So the cash flow that I was talking about, you know, where maybe there's a lot of energy that is going on in that time because you have an anticipation, or sometimes you are planting seeds where it looks like there is nothing that is coming in. I've myself embarked on such ventures where I am planting seeds, even though it's not paid work, because then I'm establishing relationships and networks that might bud and that might bring those fruits later on. With this, I am saying that we need to, as entrepreneurs, look at the seasons and the life cycles of our journeys as people, individuals, an organization or a startup, and look at the life cycle of our businesses so that we mitigate against becoming stressed, becoming depressed, becoming overly anxious. And in learning that, we are able to also say, all right, I am able to stretch this far, I'm able to go this far, I'm able to give my own energy up to this far, and maybe this time where it's a dry spell, I will give myself a time to retreat, to refresh, to rejuvenate, to grow and develop, and maybe even become innovative in different forms. With that, this is Monday Skaftini for you, and I'm hoping that this can be helpful, maybe not just for entrepreneurs or business owners, but also to you as you look at your own life cycles and the seasons in your life. With that, see you next time. It's myself, Re Tsene, signing out.